think we're here. Oh no! Test messages aren't working. Okay, we good. Twitch chat. Wait, why can't I access? Oh, here we go. Okay. Test. We puggin'? Chickmas nights? The crescent looks quite cerulean, huh? What is this? Some kind of cerulean crescent? Too many of them. We've actually already done this cutscene. We finished this cutscene at the end of last stream, so I finally get to hit the skip cutscene button. So, Feathery Fury, fair fight. We want Tower. He's got heal more. What are we gonna do, Master Anakin? The fact that we don't have a convoy on this map has me, like, double guessing all of my fucking choices. What monster weapons do we have? Does John have any monster weapons? Oh, fuck! We can't access John, right? Because John's in the other army. I guess grab a gold sword and wing cutter. Like, half your units are not even using weapons, that helps. Yeah, I mean, the chickens you mean, right? I mean, the chickens have, like, default inventories that, like, they just always are gonna have. Although, I think, actually, we want Empress to have the Plucker's Gift. What weapon types does you get? You have Anima. Okay. Let's get Fireball on Dazzle Dart because wood effectiveness, right? That gives her an extra turn. You up, guys? You? Oh, sorry, big yawn. Take the odd device, I think. Give the flame sword, take the one with more durability. This seems good. This seems good. I think everyone's inventory is good. This hurts compared with 4 kings, allowing the change of items between army. Yeah, I like the 4 kings approach just mechanically better. This is, you know, more realistic, right? But if Red Dead Redemption 2 taught us anything, it's that realism is not always good, right? Sometimes, you know, it's more realistic to have to spend 30 minutes skinning an animal than just, like, bending down and picking up its skin after you hunt it. But, as it turns out, it's not fun to watch a 30-second cutscene every time you want to collect a crafting material, right? Have you played Hedge's Quest, the updated version? I don't even know what that is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. What's Hedge's Quest? Is that a Fire Emblem, or is that something different? Oh god, there's 2 dragons down here. It's a roguelike Fire Emblem. Another one! I feel like there's 10,000 of those. Are you the local leader of the defending forces? He died hours ago. I'm simply the one keeping things together. If you're looking for protection, stay within the circle. Far from it. I'm Rosetta of House Heron, and I'm here to offer my aid to the good folk of the Crescent in their time of need. House Heron, you're already here? I was under the impression our arrival was more secretive, but that's irrelevant. Deploy us to where you see fit. You shall see that our courage does not falter. I certainly won't turn down more help. And me too! Circe, you're here with House Heron? My, little Oriana. I knew you'd become an adventurer one day. How much you wouldn't stop blabbering about it. Are you old friends? Barely. Her mother was my teacher, that's about it. Send me to any entrance. I can hold my own. I had thought you long dead. I'm certainly grateful to have your assistance in this mess. Choose the entrance Rosetta and her team will deploy. Let's go bottom right. That's where the fucking dragons are. And Circe... I want to see the map. Top left. Nice of you to join us, Maurice. I was worried that barrel might be a little too uncomfortable. I get it. If you all die, I'm not making that myself. Saving these people might be a nice bonus, too. Alright, so Maurice, we know he has the extra sword range, right? The range of swords is increased by 3. Just making sure Oriana doesn't have supply, right? Yeah, that's very unfortunate for giving us a new unit and then, like... I guess we can have Maurice Silver Sword this zombie. That's probably why he's here, right? The zombie in that spot. It's almost as if there's good map design. Look, the Goto Maurice. No, not the Goto Discourse. Chat, I don't know how much longer I can fight in the Goto Wars. Alright, after image. Think we gold sword you? I like how the chicken has a sword on its back. At least it's a ROM hack, so we can say stuff like weakest ROM hack, Goto. So fucking true, though. Okay, if we go here in after image, then we will be able to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. After image, we flesh peeler, we shrimply crit. Hell yeah, Empress! And then you ley line. .30 attack. Oh, does that pierce? Is your acid breath what pierces defense? No, just uncounterable. Okay. Perfect. So we have you... Sharp Claw. The Goto disc goes for 10 more decades. Look, I'm working on the Goto video, okay? Y'all just gotta trust. Y'all just gotta trust. Bum ba da da ba ba da ba da ba da ba. The Goto video will be legendary. You just gotta trust. Harm you. Intelligence has spared us by making 3 houses have no post-time skip recruits, so there's no 3 houses go to discourse. Oh, can you imagine, though? You're the... no range damage, yeah. No range damage. Swarp using the pot. And then kill with the axe. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, so you go here. Oh, we want you not in range of this guy though, right? Speed of 16. Never mind, you're fine. You're goated. Yeah, you go like here. Bum ba da da ba ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba ba da ba. Sure, see, I don't think you're gonna hold this on your own, if I'm being perfectly honest, but, you know, I guess we'll see. Alright, Dazzle Dart, you go here. And kill this person with the crystal bow. Mince's stats are bonkers. Oh wait, Dazzle Dart didn't kill. Fuck, I'm a loser. That's okay. Vermilion, Feathery Fury. Dazzle Dart fell off. Yo! Strength and magic! He's goated! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, so you go here. Perfect. Okay. Ba-da-da-da, ba-ba-da, ba-da-da-da. Inner power. I think tower goes over here. Dance. Chalice goes here. Oriana goes here. And Flame Tongue. Okay. Why do we have chickens fighting in a war? Because they do this, because they do this, because they're epic. Look at that. Look at Vermilion casting his fucking feathery fury to kill this free fiend. The chickens are actually like some of the most powerful units in my army, I'm not even gonna lie. Jersey, why do you have the fancy stabber of all things equipped? I like your fucking palette though. You're beautiful. I love you. Wait, what the fuck? There's another one? Wait. Wait, there's not two. She just teleported on enemy phase. What the fuck? Wait, no, she didn't. There is a second one. Check Rahesia's squad. I did. I checked them last stream. They're all named after food. Vision Quest archetype. Women can do anything. Mince can do anything. He's doubling. Also, I'm eating my lunch. This is good lunch. It's just pasta, but, you know, I needed something to eat. I really like the promoted Bagel Sprite with, like, the tentacles and shit. Goodbye, promoted Bagel Sprite with, like, the tentacles and shit. Charisse, nothing personnel, monsters. Alright, here comes Marzipan. There goes Marzipan. Oh no, the dragons fireballed the whole squad! If Circe is so good, how come there's not a Circe 2? Oh, wait. Oh, wait, indeed. How often do you see an Armor Knight just, like, doubling everyone? Not even a care in the world, right? I might have put this squad in the worst possible place, because I let them all get hit by a fireball on turn 1, so they're all damaged. Oh my god, thank you, Adventurer, for healing Mince. That's actually so helpful. For me, at least, Dune was helpful on this map. Oh, because she gets, like, the extra movement to get all the houses, right? I can see that being really useful, yeah. I just played Hag and White, so I'm used to it. Thanks, Raleigh. What is your opinion on Raleigh? Do you think they're like super good, or was it just like your pet investment project? I've heard so much like Raleigh opinions. I've heard people say that they're the best unit in the game, and I think that's wild. But I don't know. ROM hack metas are also really interesting because so often people play them like in isolation from each other, right? In the mainline games, people talk about stuff, right? So things like, you know, Mark is good or whatever comes from group consensus. I'm always curious what ROM hack metas end up being. Because oftentimes it's like very isolated pockets, right? We'll come to conclusions. Damn, not enough. Not enough. I guess you can Levin Sword the Cyclops, right? Cyclops ended in like the worst possible space for him. It's very funny. Yeah, this does kill combined with Vermilion. So we Feathery Fury. Sharp Claw you. Let's do it from like here. Like most generous, Raleigh's viability depends wildly. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So we'll have Maurice kill this Cyclops with the Levin Sword. My big issue with Raleigh, right, is they really want an early Master Seal. And if you want to go for full recruitment, or even just like recruit the really strong general, right? You kind of want to skip one of the Master Seals, right? So they end up in this pretty unfortunate position. Didn't give you a javelin. They end up in this pretty unfortunate position where they're kind of outclassed by a unit who is like directly competing with them because of the like needing to skip the Master Seal for it. Fuck you, fucking die, you fucking piece of. Oh, sorry. Thanks for getting me out. You can have this useless piece of shit I can't use. The Annihilate Tome. Okay, after image. Get a crit! Come on, Empress. Why do you stand next to people before after imaging? So it's so that you have, like, a better position for your extra combat. Or for your extra action, right? So after image, you get an extra action after you take your after image. So, like, if I after image from here, right? I'll lose 4 move, go down to 0 move, right? So then the action I take has to be right here. But if I go here, I lose 4 move, I can take an action here, right? Six. Basically, if you move before after imaging, you get more movement to work with, both in terms of the action you take after you after image, and the following actions you get to take after you after image. And if that sounds confusing, it's because it is. Okay, we fireball you. Does after image work differently? It used to be a summoning ability. Yeah, that's a 2.0 change. That's a version 2.0 change. Okay, so if you harm, then we dance. And now... Okay, you do this. No, Mince! You were supposed to kill that guy! Oh, no. I mean, Chalice can kill. The problem is... I wanted to heal Mince with Chalice. Dancing while riding a Pegasus is such a girl boss move, right? I think we were supposed to kill that guy, Mins. You... 27 versus your bulk of 21, so you take 6 from that. 30 versus 21, you take 9. And that's before factoring in the trees. Okay, I think Chalice just harms this person. Cleric's partner, Cav partner, Wolfric. Yo, Wolfric VGC. We used Wolfric our whole playthrough because we were memeing about, you know, Wolfric VGC. But holy shit, Wolfric is bad, right? Not bad, just like thoroughly mediocre, right? His stats were always just hovering on the like, they exist. You sure are lucky that you have a horse and a bow moment. Was just sort of where, like, Wolfric was the whole time. Which unit? The Cavalier, they were a bow lance cav, and then when they promoted, we turned them into a Great Knight. Which, like, admittedly... Well, so I think Great Knight was their better choice, because the other one is like fucking Dark Knight, they get dark magic, and he didn't have like a good dark stat, or magic stat, rather. It's a character from Hag and White, yeah. All the cats are a bit mediocre in Hag, at least he wasn't Glaucius. I think all of the Cavs are, I think you hit it on the head, all the Cavs are very mediocre. But, like, that's an intentional design choice, right? Saint Rubinio didn't want, you know, cavalry domination. It's the same reason Teresa is, like, the only flyer you have for half of the game. Chalice is so fucking epic. Unfortunately, broke Harmstaff. Which is, like, that sucks. That's why I wanted Mince to enemy fade. Why are you healing Chalice? That is not very cash money of you. Mince was right there. Question mark, question mark, question mark. The reason that I didn't want the healing for Chalice, Maklov's husband, was because Mince is like much more hurt, and also he's my enemy phase unit, right? Like he's doing enemy phase stuff. Titanic bow. My Hag playthrough has some weird luck, but Ganya had terrible strength and capped speed, for instance. That's funny. That is amusing. Okay, we will fair fight you. and then kill you with the silver sword. We have to heal you. Mince could have been at full HP if that fucking loser had done its job. Alright, I think you, Longbow here, or actually... yeah, you Longbow from here. Dance. Incendiary bow. I didn't use Tire Sias. I wanted to, but not enough slots. That is the classic ROM hack problem. Of like, I want to use this unit, but I don't have the slots! Alright, you go here. Open this chest. And just wait here. Cheese's Teresa leveled up skill 3 times. That feels low. Isn't Teresa a pretty high skill unit? Or am I a crazy person? So if we after image here, then we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we after image here. We'll score a crit. We did not score a crit, chat. We did not score a crit. Alright, how do we want to do this? We get 2 after images. So if we... after image here, we go minus... and we have 4 move. If we after image here, we'll have 4 move. Or, no, we after image here, then it's 1, 2. Okay, I think we after image here. Try to get a crit. That makes things so much easier. And that means tower can short axe here. $24.25 AS though, he's getting doubled. Ugh. Okay, I think what we do is tower goes here with the curved axe. Visits this house. Pieces of flesh are strewn across the room. Bolting didn't help him in an enclosed space. Siege tome though. And then we go here. And then you... Flesh peeler. Chimkin. And we canto up. Okay, that's that side sort of taken care of. Now, there's y'all. We can Astral Strike you, and then Canto out of range. We Astral Strike you, and then Canto out of range. If you give the chicken an axe, it's a halberd! The hacker want to field everyone's theater stories. CC, the hacker want to field everyone to view their bizarre movesets. Oh right, no, you're Joyful Joe. I thought you were a monster. I'm an idiot. That was my bad. Okay, Dazzle Dart. Chat, can you remind me? Does Dazzle Dart only get one Gale Force, or is it like Talon, where you can, or not like Talon, like I can't believe you thought the False Dragon was real. Does Dazzle Dart get multiple Gale Forces with Bird of Prey? Or is it just one? I can't remember. I don't know, I just got here. Oh no. 'Cause she can kill another one. I guess the question is, does it matter? Does she die to this? No. Okay. In which case, killing this dragon is perfectly safe. I never got Dazzle Dart when I played. I don't know if they're new. Dazzle Dart is new. She is a 2.0 unit. Okay. The answer is no. Dazzle Dart does not get multiple actions. I think that's the standard, right? Most people don't get the multiple actions. But there are some. Yvette is a very special case because she gets -2 move from the Gale Force. Yeah, Yvette is the main one, and then Jade Empress, but she's also gets minus move from it. So I guess it's because of the minus move they have like the limitation, right? Did we just see a health overflow glitch? From that Archer on Archer action? Archer on archer action is a wild way to say it. Sometimes I like describing things as if they are a search term on Pornhub. I think it's funny. I think it is amusing to describe things as if they're a search term on Pornhub. I mean, the other option was to go with the Fox News headline, right? Archer on archer violence. And I just think it's a little bit more wholesome to be searching for hot archer on archer action than to be propagandizing about the dangers of archer on archer violence, right? We are indeed wholesome here on the Danny Doyle official YouTube channel. Archers learn to make love, not war. What if we kissed in the archer barracks? No dry firing! Chat, I don't know if you can say that. Legally speaking, I'm not sure that's allowed. Honestly, this map seemed really scary at first, but I feel like we've kind of got a handle on things. I say there's about to be like 8 million reinforcements now that I've said that. The hardest thing is just to get all the rewards, yeah. But I've spread out so that I can, right? Like, we got this treasure chest with Talon. Yeah, so there are reinforcements. Okay. Oh, right, you don't fly. Alright, Feathery Fury here. Green units actually doing stuff and not being completely is how you completely useless is how you know this isn't an official game. So true. Nothing remains but 3 piles of meat and bone and the staff. I'm pretty sure they would have even have this. It's not looting. Oh, wave! Nice! Wave is actually very useful. There's no treasure chest there. There's like an armory I can visit, I guess, but I don't know if I want to. So this chest, these are gonna be like the difficult ones to get. We have airborne here as well. Okay, hold on. Why 0? Oh, do you have the ability? You have the stupid fucking ability. Okay, we will uproot you. Good job, Dazzle Dart. Hopefully this kills. That's one. Dazzle Dart epic. The epic killer bow chicken. What's Dazzle's attack range? I thought it was just +1. So basically after 4 rounds of combat, we get the airborne, which gives us flight and extra bow range, as well as the Luna effect. So Dazzle Dart is epic. Alright, Maurice, you get to Silver Sword this guy. Congratulations. Now there's this end of things. Okay. Let's after image from here. Crit! Thank you, Empress. Okay. Easy. We can curved axe you. Good job, tower. God, there's 3 ranges so much. Okay, we open from here, get the light brand. Go here. And now there's y'all to deal with. Okay, Chalice, visit this house. I ain't paid crap to die for the sect. Screw these people, I'm out of here. Moonglow? Can you use Moonglow? Did you just get yourself a weapon? You just got yourself a weapon! Nice! Okay. Equip the battle art and Swarp with Oriana. Chukonu. Dazzle Dart is basically an SOV archer. In 1 out of every 4 attacks, yes. Also, Mintz keeps getting speed. He's just fucking built different, y'all. Alright, Incendiary Bow or Flame Sword. And then we canto downwards. Okay. So this is fine. Cersei has this side handled. Oh my god, the Brutal Talon 0 damage moment. Maurice with 4-range melee swords. Time to yift to work? What does yift to work mean, Ryan? I'm sorry, I don't speak young person. I'm an old fart. Alright, and then you fight the archer and get wrecked. 3-unit time. No way, you're just like Rahesia from Cerulean Crescent. It was so good of Rivian to invent old people by creating Rahesia. It was very, very cool and awesome and epic. Alright, stairs. Go here, after image. Flesh peeler crit. Epic. Alright, so you're gonna get 4 move, right? Yeah, so we go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crit. Perfect. Alright, Incendiary Bow you. You go here. Alright, we shield axe you. 0 damage. Saint Rubino got left out of the Inventing Old People Brigade despite the fact that a pate exists. Wait, that's a good point. Saint Rubino invented hags. Okay, y'all are all good there. You just start heading down this way. Super long range, even without harm. It's the epic. Alright, Dazzle Dart, you can get your second action. Just crit. Oh wait, fuck! It was- oh! I was supposed to be aiming south. Wait, that's actually bad. Okay, I think what we do is we just hope for a dodge. We just have to hope for a dodge. Vermilion's gonna have to dodge someone. 9 times 5, that's not a kill, so we kill you. And then Joe goes like here and ride. Flame Tongue equip. Alright, y'all. Killer Lance, kill this dragon. Are we having an old people discussion while I'm struggling against my fucking misclick? Fitting, I suppose. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens. I always find it that the FE7 final boss is just a generic fire dragon. In fairness, I think that that's actually thematically pretty fitting. Like, I mean, obviously, it's just a random guy, so, like, it's not really got a story behind it. But in terms of, like, FE6 is or FE7 is a very small-scale story, right? It's much more personal to Eliwood, Lyn, and Hector. So, facing a monster, a dragon, for the first time, feels like actually as huge a deal as, like, fighting Godzar in the other Fire Emblems, right? Like, for Roy, fighting a dragon is Wednesday, but for Smellywood, Hector, and Lyn... Why did you attack from 2 range? You could have killed me from 1 range. I guess the Woodlord just didn't want to get countered? Well, that was an interesting AI moment. What does Vermilion's skill do? It reduces 75% of all damage at 2 range. Crit? No crit. Be me, love dragons, be a Fire Emblem villain, try to kill a stupid kid for no reasons, have stupid requirements, see my backstory, barely nobody cares if you have a backstory, Nurgle the goat. Wait, why can't I after image? I have 4 move. It'll just move me to 0 move. What's going on? The game would fuck up if you traded away the gifts. Damn, chat lied to me. They said that the Plucker's gift would let me after image an extra time. That's why it's on Empress. I can't believe chat would lie to me. That's very rude of them. Yeah, we don't really need to dance this turn, do we? Through the FE7 gang's defense, I think it's stated that the dragon can't use its full power on this side of the gate. The dragon was a child? I can't believe Smellywood and Co. are child murderers. Thank you, Tower. We were just running out of uses on the Chukonu. Is the only tree we haven't killed the one in the bottom right? It's this one down. Yeah, that one down here. So we'll kill that next turn. And we'll call it a day, right? Oh no, he's gonna hit Mince for 1 damage! What'll we do? Are we gonna get through this with 0 green unit deaths? I think we're gonna get through this with 0 green unit deaths. Okay, Chircy was correct. She can handle one side on her own. I didn't think she could. Like, looking at her stats, they didn't seem all that impressive. But she was right. She's epic. I shouldn't have doubted her. Man, this map was easy. I was scared of this map. Did you go to the armories? No, but is there anything I really want to buy? I guess I could. Like, what's in these armories? Chat, what's in these armories? I don't actually know what's in the armories. I also forgot to sell most of my sellables. Oh, thank the goddess. I've been trapped in this place for ages, surrounded by tomes with no idea how to use any of this. First thing I'm doing once I'm out is learning magic, I say. Take your pick of stock. I want... Oh! Wait, what? Fucking liar? This isn't your gold. Oh! Okay, I was so confused. Let's get a couple of fluxes. Hi, Bobby. Bobby was pilfered. In case you're worried, boss is dead. There's no one to chase you up. I'm taking the rest of the stock. Super powerful magic, here I come. Okay, so I do actually want to visit the armories. I thought they were just shops. Thank you, chat. Appreciate you looking out for me like that. Okay, adventurers. My dad owns this place, but he left me to die as soon as the monsters came. Have some mispriced weapons for free. You more than deserve it. Alright, we want a silver lance, obviously. Fucking Talon Gaming. I think we also want a silver bow. We have a lot of lance users, a lot of sword users. Let's get another sword. Surprise, surprise, I'm not using axes. Got it, good. I hope my dad dies so I can inherit his shop. Yippee! Death. Alright, there's not one up here. That's it, right? That's just those two shops? The fountain looks like it would be something, but I'm guessing that's related to a quest I didn't get because I stole from the villagers. Are axes bad in this hack? No, I just benched all my axe users. Tower, I think, is the only axe user I'm currently using. The axes are not bad. It's just in this playthrough in particular, I didn't field any of them because the units that I wanted to use were not axe units. Mince, I guess, is technically an axe unit, but, like, that's a lie. He's a bow unit. And also, he has an infinite durability axe, which is the only one he ever needs. We've slain their commanders. Break them while they're confused. By the goddess, we're alive. The worst green tide yet, and we wrecked them. The Seahawks really came through. Wow, this is rare. You breaking out your prized mana cubes? Aye. Didn't have time to eat before battle. What a better way to celebrate our victory. Give me some. Oh, Captain Oriana. You're even more impressive than all the stories say. I thought we were dead for sure. But we got through that with so few casualties? Even the head taker couldn't achieve such a feat, I'm sure. It's merely doing my duty as an adventurer. It's dutiful warriors like you that are true heroes of the Crescent. You hear that? She called me a hero! Don't inflate his ego, Captain. Want one of the mana cubes? Patented family recipe. With pleasure. You haven't even given me one! You're lower on the totem pole, Val. You know what? I have these nice cookies. Here, have one, Captain. Guess who ain't getting any? Oh, come on. You know I love those. Trade? Now you come crawling back to me? But sure. So we get mana cubes and a fortune cookie. We won! And by all means, a bigger win than the last. But I'm having a hard time feeling happier about it. What's on your mind? All the survivors are leaving. Ellenhurst will be a ghost town. Bit of a bitter taste. I never like bitter foods. With the precedent of the tide striking this far south, few wish to gamble with their lives. It is natural that the citizens of Ellenhurst will disperse. But if we had been here for the initial attack, if more were saved, if you didn't waste so much time insisting on cooking a huge meal. It's about that, huh? If we had not marched here well-fed, we may have lost this battle. You need not concern yourself with every possibility. That is the path to insanity. You may well have seen you may have only seen victory under Ellery, but adventuring is harsh and bitter work. Just remember the rush of falling into danger and coming on top. Bags laden with spoils. I look past everything else about adventuring. If the adventure life ain't for you, there's no shame in admitting it. Great Mince doesn't trip on a single obstacle tower. Beat me down once, and I'll come back bigger and better. A small taste of an abject misery cannot stop me. You bounce back fast. I just need to eat. Melancholy arises from an empty stomach. Let's make lunch. I can't agree more. What's a noblewoman of House Heron doing this far from home? Don't tell me it's to see the sights. You know of our arrival, but not our intent. To conquer these lands and call it your own. What we desire is to end the squabbling in these lands and create a new nation of prosperity. You've seen for yourself the internal struggles that have plagued the Crescent merely a year past. We offer to be the force which truly unifies the Crescent towards one single goal, to live and thrive. You promise much, but there's a cost. To place the lives of the Crescent into the hands of unknown mainlanders? The northern regions of the mainland have not seen a war in decades, thanks to the authority of House Heron. Surely such a world is preferable to the chaos that envelops the Crescent. Your willingness to endanger yourself for strangers lends you credence. However, it doesn't change the truth that you are invaders, to place your authority above a land that is not your own. They will see that House Heron is more than a change in leadership. We bring along with us not just soldiers, but workmen, artisans, mages. Manpower that can raise infrastructure, link settlements, turn back monsters. What shall you do with the settlements? Who do not surrender, or what should you do with the settlements that do not surrender to your ownership? That is, don't pretend you have an option other than overwhelming force. If this peace is brought about at the spear tip, what value does it have? So? What are you trying to say, Cersei? Is it not the law of the Crescent for absolute power to fall only onto the most brutal? There was no pretense of moral justification for the settlements to devour each other. Why would this change with House Heron? That's backwards thinking. That's barbarism. What alternative do you propose? To see endless battle until one neighbor finally devours the rest? Is that the freedom to you, Oriana? I do not need to propose a solution of fixing the Crescent's problems. All I need to know is that the Crescent shall not fold under unwelcome guests. I hear a lot of useless babble. All that matters is which side crushes the other. Instructor, please, leave the talking to me. Is the risk of a new way not worth doing away with cycles of violence? An uninvited occupation is nothing more than an invasion, regardless of how justly you label your mission. What if I tell you that we're not uninvited? I know of House Heron's ties to the Guild. Not just the Guild, but a major part of the western coast. The Chieftain of Dorinde personally asked for our intervention. The Chieftain of Dorinde? She invited you here, to the Crescent? She's my cousin, and blood supports blood. This changes nothing. A lone city or leader cannot speak for the Crescent. The Crescent and its people do not need a foreign house to usurp leadership. By Ellis, this is a waste of time. Do you know how I can uphold the law of the Crescent? By killing you here. Surrounded by my allies, I'd like to see you and your charge leave this place alive. No, Instructor, don't! It's really tempting. Be quite the instructive lesson. Little Oriana must have learned some tricks from her mother. I won't deny that you've done well to fend off the Crescent, but I cannot sympathize with your objectives. Leave before the hour ends, or I won't show mercy. My offer is still on the table, young lady. It's a shame we don't see things the same way, Captain Oriana. Nevertheless, you're a hero of the Crescent. I hope that in the future, we might find an agreeable conclusion. I hope so too. Now go. She was always a pretentious brat, even when we were kids. Come off it now. You're demoralized by only a few words from some woman on her high Pegasus. I came here hoping for a more diplomatic conclusion. Father thinks he can roll over the Crescent with our army, but that is a last resort. Not a single leader who hasn't put their hands up in the metaphorical red paint bucket. Just because something has been done doesn't mean it has to be. Just because I can imagine eating a juicy steak doesn't make me a bloody chef. Small setbacks won't deter me, Instructor. I'm certain I can eventually work out a solution that doesn't involve bloodshed. It'll just take more time than I'd hoped. Would your father approve of such a course of action, young lady? I'm not sure how I can convince... Move another step in your sliced salmon. No need to point a blade at my throat. Just here for a peaceful proposition. Please introduce yourself. Inari, Commander of the Frostfires and leader of the town of Frosthaven. Incredible, that town still exists. I bet 200 gold that'd be gone by last year. We're doing just fine, thank you. You're Shirsi, the head taker's disciple? Thought the Crescent would have been forgotten about me. We've met. Only at a distance, but there's only so many pink-haired swordswomen about. Oriana might not be willing to play ball, but I'm not so quick to dismiss. That's music to my ears! I'm glad not all are so unreceptive to House Heron's arrival. Frosthaven has been in an unenvious position, this mess of a land, for far too long. If House Heron can truly live up to what you promised Oriana, you'll have our support. But you're not promising anything yourself, I assume? Frosthaven can only do so much, given our losses in the last war. But my word is not so meaningless. I still speak for a major faction. The day of settlement shall not come slowly, Frosthaven Commander. I hope to see your promise bear fruit. I shall be glad to see that. Captain, you just missed lunch! It was great. I can describe it to you in vivid detail if you like. I'll pass. Oriana, you look a little shaken. Did that noblewoman make some kind of threat? Nothing of the sort. I just had to drive her off. Even if she helped save these civilians. Don't put much stock into it. She's a noble. I doubt there's any desire to aid Aelinhurst besides the incentive of her reputation. I hope you're right, Tower. Make things easier. Wait, was that Lady Rosetta right? I know that face. House Heron's already here? Ellery never did elaborate on her exact status. Rosetta would be her cousin? Yeah. I hear she's one of the rare good nobles, but Ellery says... Go on. They do have history, but it's the chief's own business. Any more than that is not for me to talk about. Don't you know how impolite it is to leave others hanging? The Lady of House Heron is here. Does this mean the invasion is already over? Try not to think about that, Captain. Ellery's really sneaky. Nobles can't pull one over on her. I'm sure she's doing fine. But what if Ellery... Nothing. If they already won, this Lady Rosetta would have a real escort. What did I say about overthinking things we can't change? Yeah, Ellery's relying on us. The sheer... something to save the Crescent. I'm looking forward to a third round of Mince vs. the Crescent. 2-0. You're right. Everyone get ready. We shall first check on Hunter's Hollow, then we end this green tide at its roots. Master of Stealth. Master of Stealth. Aha! I have you now, thief. Not this annoying chunk of metal again! Why are there 3 of you? You intrude upon a meeting of your betters, mortal. It is way too late for me to deal with this. Mince out! Minor distraction aside, this has been a fine feast. The armored metal is the perfect target to plunder for his foodstuffs. He alone will be allowed to live. I am pleased. For this offering, I shall grant you a boon. I shall allow you to visit the Skyward Gate, the place where chickens leap into heaven. This one is honored, Senior. Her Celestial Highness hasn't had anyone to show off to for some time. What a shame there is in introducing the pieces of my empire. The Skyward Gate is where the path ends, but do not forget where you currently are. I would like to see this place for myself, Senior, if only to give respect to all who came before. Your appearance is more pleasing than you, you lump of coal. Your apprentice is more pleasing than you lump of coal. Special, the pinnacle. More Twitch spam bots. This place looks like part of where the Ascension might happen. Beautiful, is it not? From here you can see much of my empire. Don't let eagerness take hold. There's still a harsh path you must walk before you are ready for Ascension. I do not recall extending my invitation to you. You do not own these sacred grounds for your own race. I am the great Celestial Jade Empress. Why should this not be mine? Your apprentice should see the gate for himself before your teaching to ruin him. If the Skyward Gate is yours to guard, why have you not assembled, Senior? Now we get to the crux of the issue. Silence! The gate only appears once all celestial bodies have aligned. I simply haven't had the opportunity. All three heinous villains appear at a single location. What an auspicious day, for evil shall be eradicated. You dare step claw into my endless empire, fiendless rogue? I shall see your eyes pecked out and your feathers plucked. Empire? What is an empire without citizens? An empress without subjects. The Crescent has suffered your delusions and tyranny for long enough. What gives you the right to question my legitimacy, foul creature? Unlike you, false ruler, I have loyal ascendants who heed my call. Behold, the warriors of righteousness, the virtuous veil. It really is chicken emblem. It's all chickens. An ambush from a supposed chicken of righteousness. There's no line that cannot be crossed in eradicating evil. We are simply passing the Skyward Gate. We've no business with your coop. You mean to betray your host, gracious, joyful Joe? You never invited me, Celestial Highness. Don't make me laugh. As long as you pursue your wicked quest of ascension, you are the enemy of the land. I shall end this quest. The Skyward Gate must fall. To believe it is just to taint the sacred ground. You've truly gone mad, Brightbeak. What makes you oppose the noble goal of ascension? You know nothing, witless hatchling. The consequences of the last ascension have scourged the realm for centuries. No longer shall the selfish desires of few plague our kind as a whole. And what shall you do after the gate is no more? When there is no purpose to fulfill? The bloody traditions that tears us apart shall finally crumble. What greater purpose can there be compared to a life of peace? There is no purpose to living except for to surpass living. To destroy our path to ascension is to end purpose. Are you so far gone that you do not recognize the value of life itself? Life is a shackle that must be broken. Enough words. I see you are a raving lunatic, indifferent to reason. Begone. Ha! Virtuous veil. We shall destroy these three fiends at once. For all that is good. How do people and or chickens... The chickens are here. I would be remiss not to point out that even in a cutscene with no fucking humans, we have so much fucking verbose language. Vermilion, can you kill this chicken? Do you have Miracle? Do you all have Miracle? All the chickens have Miracle. Okay. Gameplay story integration moment? I don't understand. Can we add Virtuous Veil to the list of factions on the Crescent? I guess? They've got so much movement. Okay, we after image from like here. Talon you. Chickens are the most miraculous of creatures. It would appear that way. It would certainly appear that way. Your units aren't the only ones with good move. Yeah, let's see if we can kill all the chickens before they overwhelm me with their fucking 12 movement moments, right? The dodge tank Empress? Okay, Empress is goated? I mean, obviously we already knew that, but... honestly, kind of fitting that, like, so I named this chapter, I named this stream, like, Fire Emblem but with chickens, because I'm using the chickens in the main campaign, but it is, like, very funny that what ended up happening is like, oh, this is the chicken, like, there's the chicken map on this playthrough also. Whoa! What the fuck? What's going on with you, Empress? That's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. She's morbing out. Okay, we're safe now. Oh wait, I fucked up. Oh no, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. This map is an Iron Man killer. Is this an optional map, or is this like a mandatory required map? Oh no, I think I died. Because Empress takes 25 damage from the boss. I missed that there was someone down there. Be gone from this realm, unrepentant evil. Just dodge! Just dodge! The just dodge moment. This is locked behind Vermilion being level 17. Question, was Vermilion 17 what unlocked Flight? Or was it killing... Because I had Vermilion kill this guy, Brightbeak, in the previous chapter, and that got him... Flight. Was that just a coincidence? Righteousness must prevail. How many chickens do we have in our army? 4. Ah, no, I'm not slain yet. I refuse to bend before evil. All of my fallen comrades, your sacrifice shall not be futile. By releasing all the power within my core, the gate will fall. Stop this at once! There's still room to return to sanity. It is you who are mad, and it is pitiful that you cannot see it. I will not let you! The gate is opening! This is it! No, young Red, you must not! Listen to me! What manner of trickery is this? There's no trickery. I'm the last obstacle to your ascension. See for yourself what you are. See that your doubts, your fears, your attachment to the mortal realm remain. So that is all I need to do to dispose of to ascend. You cannot dispose of them. That is you. On the contrary, I can. I'll just tear out the parts of me that drag me down. That is destruction of ego. It will no longer be you, no longer be us that ascends. There's no value in life besides to ascend. Now I will ascend. Relegated to the pool of ascension duty again, Brother Han. Indeed. Third Elder has a grudge, I tell you. 20 years of duty. Incredibly unlucky. I've been here for 10, and nothing of interest has ever happened. Of course, the pitiful lower realms can hardly provide any ascenders. Any that do ascend, they're nothing before the true citizens of our realm. I cannot agree more. But why do the elders insist whoever arises must be treated with the utmost respect? Don't ask me. I didn't set the rules. Brother Han? What is happening? What do you think, you fool? Someone is ascending from the pool. I never felt such a presence, except from the greatest elders. What sort of monster has broken through the lower realms? I hope you memorized the etiquettes of introduction, because I haven't. Did a chicken fall into the pool while we weren't looking? What a laugh. I thought we were getting some old monster. But then, what are those tremors and what is that presence? It's probably 6th Elder practicing alchemy again.
Garfield, where's your lasagna?
Yo, Multi Mayhem, thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. Glad to have you here. The legendary Super Jagan. So true, Garfield. Garfield, where's your lasagna? I have no idea where that audio comes from. I just found it while searching for Garfield audio because I thought it would be funny. We fooled ourselves into thinking it was the pool. Of course. How can the lower realms produce a powerful being? What a pointless scare. For this offense, I sentence you, chicken, to the infernal flames of endless torment. It's a little extreme, Brother Han. It's a chicken. Any disrespect for a mortal beast must be punished. You are not whole. Neither ascended nor ascender. What are you? Young Red, you fool. What have you done to yourself? Gift, seniors. Departure. Oh, we get Miracle on Vermilion. Oh. Wait! Okay. Now he's a shadow chicken? Pseudo D. What the fuck? That was glitched as shit! Okay, I'm guessing both of the others got Miracle, I think? Lord Uncle, what a shock it must be to hear I still live, despite the king's best efforts. I write to you from the Crescent, having found myself a stewardship a small town by happenstance. The Crescent is weak, but both the Guild and the Iron Realm taking significant losses against each other. I have no desire to have merely have a scrap of land to call my own, and House Heron has no wish to be surpassed by your rival houses. I thus propose my aid in seizing the Crescent in House Heron's name, in exchange for governorship of 1/3 of the Crescent. It is by no means a final proposal. I'm sure we can find an exchange that benefits us and our house. Signed, Ellery of House Heron. Okay, so it was true. I'm guessing Ellery was lying, though. She was, trying to trick them. So is that Vermilion, or is that Vermilion's cast-off ego? I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure. I mean, unfortunately, we can't take a look at the chickens anymore, because we're on Ellery's route now. I see Makalov's husband freaking the fuck out, too. No doubt, Uncle has already destroyed Jaziel and his force. But one is most vulnerable at the moment of victory. And at that moment is when we shall find him. Captain, I've got eyes on the target. Lindros, come up here now. You need to be more specific. Just over that way. Witness the might of House Heron. Incredible. I knew House Heron would have secrets up its sleeve, but that thing is too far away. It looks like a dark cloud. It's their ship, Lynn! At least 10 times our size. How can such a thing even fly? You can have all the time you want to study it after you blow it out of the sky. It's a shame, really, to destroy such a marvel of human craftsmanship. House Heron has truly made a miracle. Don't be too impressed. They dug this thing out of an old world bunker. House Heron's engineers don't even know how the thing works. But they made it fly somehow. Flying something that they don't even know how it works. Truly a smart move. You two are making it sound like I'm missing out on seeing something incredible. With any luck, you won't have to see it in its full majesty. Pamela, better make it fast. There's no cannons on the back, so once they spot us, we don't want to gamble on their aim. Not an easy shot, but I'll do it. Was that a hit? Good shot, Pom. Unfortunately, they're still flying, and they've definitely spotted us. We ain't got another shot, Chief. This cannon is disintegrated. This cannon is disintegrated every throw it's touched. But that damn thing is tough. Okay. Time for a backup plan. Really didn't want to do. What might that be? Their flying fortress is durable but slow. Pomelo, can you get us closer without it directly facing us from the front? If this is their normal speed, I should have no trouble flying it around. Lindros, you're going to be getting a good view after all. We're going to board them. Enjoy. My lord, there's an airship charging us. I advise you, buffoon. Shoot them down. We can't turn our fortress in time. And why do I keep you around? It's an airship. A whole damn airship. No, we're not informed of this. That red hair, it must be Ellery. I was tasked by the king to ensure Master Maurice's safe return, but surely if I was to take Ellery's head, he'd be delighted. Let's do this. I cannot forget how the Crescent has made a mockery of me. Through House Heron's might, through tireless training, it's time for this miserable land to be punished for its arrogance. There he is, the big villainous man who causes all our problems. Not safe from us in his ivory tower. I hate rich people so much. His death will please me. Chop him up for me. I absolutely will. The chief and all of us are relying on you two to get back safely. We're absolutely trustworthy. You have nothing to worry about. What are we doing again? Flying the ship. I don't know how to do it, but I'll figure something out. Find the 4 engineers and kill them. Take out the central navigation totem, too. Practically no one else knows a thing about this fortress. They're guaranteed to crash. Alright, so we gotta kill the engineers. Gotcha. Once we're done, the Seahawk II had better pick us up. Or else we're crashing to a fiery doom with the fortress. Why don't we leave Pomelo on the ship instead of trusting those two? After killing all 4 of the workers in the totem, an escape point will spawn on the top right the next turn. Alright, this is the squad. We got the squad. Super Soldier. Miracle. Crit Boost. This is the guy. This is, you know, Mr. Subverting Expectations. This is Mr. I sure hope you weren't hoping for a fucking satisfying conclusion to that arc. We gotta give... Okay, Big Bird. Let's give the Wide Water. Because that's a water tome. That'll boost his speed. Harpoon. Alright, so here's the next question, right? We have a bunch of stat boosters. Do we just give every single one of them to Big Bird? I think so. Bigger Bird. He definitely, at the very least, wants the coffee. And then, who do we want to boost the strength of? Probably Caligo, right? If we're still using this loser. This seems pretty good. She has the wide water. She missed the first copy. I don't know when I got wide water. I got it a little bit ago, though. Another fucking aged wine. What a goddamn troll. Alright, we have sellables. We can have John sell stuff, right? All the John lovers in chat. John gets to actually do something. Oh, right, mana cubes. Big Bird can eat mana cubes, too. I know he's got 100% magic growth, but, like, this is for, you know, before that. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Yeah, I mean, I can do that after streaming. I'm just gonna do like one more chapter, I think. Alright. Sorry about that. Figuring out plans for this evening. Let me just text my in-laws. Okay. I will never forgive you! Damn, if I've lost the bad wobbler, what purpose even is there left in life? Alright. We have an, I think we have an umbral sword. There's so many healing items in the convoy, and I haven't sold a single one. Chief, it's an honor to be personally fighting beside you for the first time. Allow me to show you why I'm more than worthy of leading Arinde's troops. I've heard much about your exploits. I'm very curious to see you in action. I don't mean to brag, but I'm pretty much the best. I figured this was a new recruit. We got wine, aged wine produced. So we saw, yes, Miracle in the crit bonus, right? And, like, pretty good stats, too. And 150 in all his growths. Fucking Corel archetype. We're on a time limit. Okay. I think we do this. Or sorry, she! The super soldier's a girl, right? ROM hack est moment. Y'all gotta stop with that. Duh, smasher. Fry, like the insects you are! Alright, we will gold bow you with Kalugo. And then super refresh. $30 in all offensive stats is not an est. Exactly my point. Exactly my point. Oh, you're one of the elites, right? You have super crit? Yeah, you're Mr. Super Crit. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize there was a wall here. Wait, shit. I thought I could Umbral Edge all the way up there. Is this Cerulean Crescent? This is Cerulean Crescent. It's tagged on Twitch as being Thracia. Just because I didn't really, you know, have a better... Like, you know, it's Fire Emblem, but we don't really have a tag for, like, which Fire Emblem, right? But this is Cerulean Crescent, yeah. I'm curious, do you consider Tyre Sias an est? No. No, I do not. I mean, the fandom applies the word est to, like, the most ridiculous stuff. Fucking Zeus, who has capped strength at base, is an est, right? Like, that's... I don't think the est is a real archetype. However, even under the, like, weird fandom stipulations for, like, you know, est is under-leveled growth unit joins late, Tyre Sias is not that. Like, he's... I don't want to spoil Hagen White, but if you've played the game, you know he has a unique utility that other units in the game do not have, right? And that unique utility puts him in a position wherein he is extremely useful out of the box at base. And people say he's an est just because he joins as an unpromoted unit. He's the last unpromoted unit to join you, right? And he joins alongside a promoted unit and a unit who's in, like, a special class, so they're basically promoted. Like, they don't promote because they're in a special class, right? And so you get this sort of, like, weird situation where, you know, it's the same deal as, like, a late joining pre-promote. You know, I say this as I'm working on the Goto video, right? Where, like, whoever is the last unit to join is just labeled as Goto because, well, it's gotta be someone. La Rochelle is an est. I mean, she at least has, like, an argument for her, right? Like, the argument for La Rachel is she is actually under-leveled and needs to be trained up in order to be any use. You could argue that if you believe that the est thing is real, right? You could argue that she is one, just a failed example of one, because she doesn't get increased experience because she's stuck on staff EXP, right? But, like, with Tyre Sias, again, his utility, I don't want to... I think Hag is a very, very good game, and so I don't want to spoil it, right? But his utility is immediately out of the box super, super useful and unique. Oh, let's just brave you. Nino is the only proper est. Yeah, all of the others are just, like, kind of stretching it to fit this sort of nebulous pattern that we've decided is, you know, XYZ archetype. Hit rate, though. I didn't realize you have fucking 8 skill. We got this. We got this, Big Bird. You got this. You'll just fucking clutch up. He clutched up and hit once. Like, that's impressive. I haven't beaten the Hag and White, but I don't play ROM hacks, so I don't care about spoilers. I understand that you don't, but I am... you're not the only person in chat, right? So, like, I'm trying to... be mindful for anyone who might be watching. I attract an audience that is, you know, predisposed to participate in ROM hacks. Just because I make so much hack content, right? I see the crescent. This Vioplay should not be so beautiful. So, like, I'm being cagey with my words because I don't want to, you know, spoil what I think is the best Fire Emblem story. That makes sense? Am I allowed to crit you? No. So we'll just fancy stab her. Oh, you have the thingies. Okay, yeah. Okay, we can brave you. What should we take from you? 35. Are you... Is it auto crit? No, it's just triple might versus mages. So 35 minus 0. And John doesn't get doubled, even with the Brave Lance. Yeah, so we Brave Lance you. Just so that you don't exist, Mr. Rondeldagger. Sacred Vision Quest has got to be an est. I mean, I think this is sort of the thing that happens with, oh, I forgot to ride. Whoops. I think this is sort of the thing that happens where, like, the quote-unquote archetypes, you know, because community talks about them so much, they're much more prevalent and, like, you know, real or whatever in fan projects. Because designers will sort of go out of their way to include these ideas that we have talked about and that many people in the community will say, like, they enjoy, right? Like, a lot of people say, I like an est, you know? I like a trainee. I like a Goto. Or we'll say, like, you know, a Goto is good design, you know? It's anti-softlock, right? And est is good design. It gives you a challenge you can opt into if you find the late game too easy, since the late game of Fire Emblem is oftentimes much easier than the early game, right? And so with sort of like the much more active feedback and engagement from the community than the developers of these games, like the Nintendo developers of these games have, they're sort of more tuned in to what people want. And as such, you know, they end up making more real archetypes. There's tons of Gotos and Ests in ROM hacks, but I wouldn't point to those as, like, proof that they actually exist in mainline, right? Because we're talking about a whole different ballgame. In the same way that, like, a lot of ROM hacks intentionally tweak things to make cavalry and flyers weaker. And so it also wouldn't be correct to say, like, you know, cavalry's actually not all that good in Fire Emblem. Just look at the cavs you have access to in Hagen White. Well, that's not mainline, right? Like, Tyre Sias' thing, his performance is that he's not great at it, and he gets infinitely better with training. I mean, he gets better with training. I wouldn't say he's not great at it. Like I say, he's incredibly strong, just like fresh out of the box. Okay, so you can 100% kill there. Which means... so much fucking damage. Gotta figure out what we're doing here. We kill with you, which means super snipe. No, you want to telescope. Okay, because if you're gonna go here, all right. Igo goes up here. You telescope. I'll see if I can pull up the number, but it's, like, not a lot. It's not about the raw numbers that makes Tyre Sias' unique utility so strong. It's the fact you have doubled your ability to do something very, very limited. It increases your action economy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even in just, like, saying that, right? Like, I'm kind of spoiling things to a huge degree. So I kind of want to stop this conversation because I do think that that's, like, one of the greatest hacks of all time, one of the greatest stories of all time, and I don't want to, like, you know, potentially ruin it for someone, right? We'll remedy up Gecko. But suffice to say, someone who makes a huge swing in your army's ability to function at base is not a fucking quote-unquote est, a unit that requires a major training arc to squeeze any value out of them. You know, think like deploying Nino, who does absolutely nothing at base, right? By comparison, how useful is Donald when you get him? I mean, even compared to Donald, I would say Tyre Sias, like, earns a deployment slot in every single army, from the moment he's there. Like, from the moment he joins, the quote-unquote optimal strategy is to always have him fielded. The optimal strategy is murder. That is true. That is usually the case in Fire Emblem. Maybe it's just Discipline Paragon Blaine. Oh, it's absolutely Discipline Paragon Blaine. Like, those are signals of, hey, you should train this unit. The difference is, like, and I think what distinguishes an Est from other, you know, Fire Emblem characters or whatever, everyone benefits from training, because that's sort of the argument, is like, well, you know, sure, Zeus has capped strength at base, but he benefits from training because you promote him and you get killer lances, right? And it's like, yeah, everyone benefits from training. Ellery benefits from training. Marcus in FE6 benefits from training. He benefits hugely from training because it raises his weapon rank, right? Everyone benefits from training. But there's a difference between, like, benefiting from training and being incapable of functioning unless you receive training, right? And that's sort of where the difference between an Est and a, just a regular unit, right? It's also, like, the degree, like, you know, even if you disagree with me that Tiresias' unique utility puts him hands and feet above where's Igo? Oh, wait, no. I can't get the Igo. Oh, that's unfortunate. Even if you disagree with my... Oh, no! You were benefiting from Igo when I checked your forecast! Okay, we can Crystal Axe you, so it's fine. Even if you think that, like... Okay, he's not, like, immediately one of the best units in the army. You can't deny that he is contributing quite a lot, right? Like, he's... He is there not for self-improvement, but for, like, the purpose of good thing happen in your army. Nobody is deploying Nino because she is helping them out at base. If you're deploying Nino, you've either already finished the training arc, or you are training her, right? Like, 0% growth Nino isn't doing anything for you. Put another way. Other units get to be more aggressive, yeah. Can we telescope you? Telescope the box. All of our monsters are making aged wine. I compare Tiresias more to Sarah than Nino. I mean, do you think Sarah is an Est? Like, if we want to talk Thracia gaming, is the argument that, like, Sarah is an Est because she benefits from training? I think Sarah is sort of the perfect unit to demonstrate my point, where, like, people label Sarah as an Est because she's the final unpromoted unit to join, right? No, you don't. Okay. I'm not talking about you then, but there is so much Sarah-esque discourse that I am going to have to dive into it. For a moment, I thought I saw the woman return from the dead, but it's Ellery. Tainted blood produces only tainted offspring. I see this right before my eyes. If she wishes to be disposed of earlier than planned, then I shall gladly oblige. So Sarah is a character who is frequently labeled by, you know, the sort of archetype-brained areas in the community as being an S. Because she's the final unpromoted unit to join in Thracia. We just have to not miss. And she joins after a couple of pre-promotes, right? Like Ralph joins before her. It's possible for Ilios to join before her, depending on what route you go. No! Okay, gold bow. There we go. But she has B rank stabs right out the gate, right? Like, she immediately has rescue access. She's always going to start out as a super valuable unit. Windsword you? Yeah, we can Windsword you. I gave up my Reaver. The fucking untrained Foxberry moment. Okay, we can chain hook Sorbet. And like, she does benefit from training. Specifically, she benefits from promotion, right? When Sarah promotes, she gets warp for free, right? But immediately right out the gate, she's using rescue. She has very high magic and the wrath skill. Meaning that she, enemy phases mages basically for free, because she'll crit to pierce their res. So she's like contributing. Do we? I think we just have you go like here. Go here. And I think we remedy. Oh, we gotta go like here to remedy, don't we? You can go from here. Can we freeze or whatever? I could go for some sorbet. Sorbet is useful, and sorbet is tasty. Sarah's no S. She has free levels of free XP in Lin mode. Different Sarah, but I see your point. can't read. Okay. I think we freeze you. Trade. Actually, you keep the water. Yeah, you keep the water. Librariano goes over here. You go here with the fancy stabber. We're getting ready for a big push. Okay. We got our ball of death. And then we got the two monsters on the other side of the map. Damn, the miss. Alright. Wisp, how do you do here? You can kill this person. Kill this person? Alright, Wisp goes up here and kills the Falco with the Spirit Slayer. Nerissa missing a 90% to compensate for Big Bird being too good. Big Bird's always good. What's worse, GBA Assassin promotion or Miranda promotion? The Miranda archetype? The Miranda archetype promotes cries. I would say definitely GBA Assassin promotion, because if you promote Miranda early enough, she does at least, like, get a mount outdoors. Even if it, like, it obviously screws her. In the end game, right? In the indoor maps, but, like, there's more of the game than the end game. No! Yvette! The quick rain 1RN moments! 16 times 3 is 30. 12, 18, 48. Okay, you're good. You live these. You live these. Whoa! That is an interesting crit. He doesn't do the flying pran flip anymore. That's interesting. The double 30%, that was like 8%. Remember, this is a 1RN game, so they are I have 1RN mode turned on, rather more accurately. So, you know, 1RN moments are gonna happen. I'll set you on fire! Surprise! Epic Big Bird moment. Okay, freeze you. I'm sure Marissa's instant death chance makes up for GBA Assassin being terrible. Alright, Foxberry, you got this shit. Hell yeah, chop, chop. I'm the chopper. Get to the chopper! Okay, we give you the barrier lance. Go forward like that. What have you got? You have Envision. Kill you. Can we scourge you? Let's scourge you. Scourges Georges. And just go over here. You pitchfork the fireball guy and then get out of there. Is Myrmidon to Assassin better than Thief to Assassin? I mean, Myrmidon to Assassin, at the very least, like, as compared to the Thief Assassin moment. Oh, shit. Well, let's see what happens. Ooh, actually, no, we can't. That's unfortunate. We might have to use a turn wheel here. But let's see what happens. So at least Myrmidon to Assassin doesn't lose Thief utility, right? Like, Thief to Assassin is just a fucking downgrade. Dodge? Yes! John forever! That was a ridiculous round of combat. Is it better to gain a worse thing than losing something better for it? What do you mean gain a worse thing? Both Myrmidon and Thief gain Silencer from going Assassin. So there's not like a literal difference between their promotion. Maybe the stat gains are slightly different, but not enough that it like matters, and Swordmaster stat gains are not good. Or are you saying that like you think the 15% crit... Waste of time, I need to find Ellery. Are you saying that you think the 15% crit that Swordmaster would get is like more useful than Lock Touch? Or not Lock Touch, Thief, the ability to steal. Because if that's what you're saying, I just have to respectfully disagree. You know? Nice Pegasus you have there. Hope you practice landing. Bloody archers. It never gets old. The fact that Yvette has boss quotes with like every flying boss is so fucking peak. Maurice, it's been an honor. If you don't at least burn some incense for me, I'll haunt you from the beyond. Swordmaster probably has better promotion stats. You would be surprised. It's like 1 strength, 0 speed, or something stupid. The Swordmaster promotion gains are so bad. In Game Boy Advance. Like, specifically in Game Boy Advance, they're very, very bad. Laughably bad. Alright, we Bill Hook you, because you can't counter us now. Outside of 6. Yeah, right, I forgot. 6 has different promotion gains than 7 and 8. 7, 8, 9 really is the GBA trilogy, fuck, isn't it? But yeah, outside of 6, where stat gains are actually real, so I think what happened is, in 7, because a lot of the problems with 8 are just 8 copying the homework of 7. In 7, most promotion gains, instead of giving you, like, the stats that you specialize in, right? Like, Sages and Thracia get a ton of speed and magic because that's their specialization. In Game Boy Advance, or in specifically 7, most of the promotion gains instead give you something you're not good at. So, like, General really benefits from this because General gets 3 speed on promotion. Which is, you know, a lot. On the other hand, Swordmaster gets, like, 0 speed, 1 strength, right? 7's promotion gains are manually added instead of just being the difference between class bases, and 8 does the same thing. I mean, I don't care about the mechanics of it happening, right? What I care about is the end result, because a lot of people will, and this sort of feeds into another weird pet peeve I have about, like, the Fire Emblem community discourse stuff, right? Where a lot of people will say, like, you know, oh, you know, XYZ, Hero being better than Swordmaster versus Swordmaster better than Hero, right? And they'll argue based on, like, if you get a character in a certain class in a randomizer, how they'll end up, right? Because of, like, the internal class bases. But those traits are not, like, in the game vanilla. It's not like Reclass Emblem where, like, class bases are, you know, a relevant thing, right? The class bases basically only matter if you're modifying the game. And so it ends up being this situation where, like, the promotion gains, I don't care that the promotion, how the mechanics of the promotion gains work, right? It's more that, as they end up in the game itself, your gains are... Can we remedy from here? The gains that people get are less, you know, advantageous because they sort of balance things. Peeves make terrible pets, indubitably. Don't forget you said mainly because of the fighter promo? What? I'm not sure I understand. I'm sorry. Fighter to warrior not gaining speed is the main flaw? Of... what, of FE7? Alejandro, I just don't understand what you're saying. I'm not trying to be like an asshole. I literally don't know what you mean by that. Like, is that why you think fighters are bad, or what is it we're saying? Sorry. Holy shit, Gecko! Fighters' main flaw is their speed, but promotion doesn't fix that. Fighters' main flaw is their speed, but promotion doesn't fix that. Also, the machine over here with the fucking man splitter. I think I equipped the Sal Surprise, right? I think Cerulean Crescent is rotting my brain. Like, it's consuming all of my brain power, because I've been turning that over in my head. And I'm like, this isn't a bit, this isn't, you know, a jokes or making fun of you or something. This is, I literally don't know what you mean. Also, oh, these are visitable. So much stuff to loot, but not enough time. What to choose? Oh, shit. Okay, probably a Barrier Lance? Barrier Lance is pretty good. Sent the Seahawk! Oh, whoops. Alright, so that'll be, I guess, John's job to fly to the one that I missed in the bottom. Swordmaster gains strength, General gains speed, Lin gains strength, but warriors don't gain speed. That's their flaw. Oh! Okay! No, I get what you're saying now. Wait, let me check fighter promotion bonuses, because do they gain skill? Because I tend to think of skill as being the fighter problem, not the speed one. FE7 Dorcas. What happens to Dorcas when he promotes? He gains 2 skill. Oh, they gain 3 defense and res. Honestly, the fighter flaw is every stat. But I think the defense is supposed to be what fits in that pattern for them. Like, if I had to guess, I would say that's the idea behind them gaining defense. Because fighters are like the... You know, they don't promote into Berserker, but they feel like they're in that sort of, like, same... The Axe classes all feel very similar. High, like, roar! We hit you hard, we hit you fast, but we die to everything, right? And so, to me, honestly, them gaining speed would not feel like it fit the pattern. If anything, them gaining no speed and 1 strength is, in my opinion, them maintaining that. Them maintaining that they don't, you know, gain shit, right? That they don't gain what they specialize in. Now, unfortunately, Dorcas and Barter, like... They both kind of suck because their speed sucks, right? But I don't think that's a class issue. I think that's these particular units, like, being bad issue more than anything. Dorcas was so slow. Yeah, and Barter as well. Like, Barter's also very slow, right? But, like, look at Geets, the promoted warrior, right? Like, he has a decent speed stat, if I remember correctly. I might just be talking out my ass, but I think he has a decent speed stat. The GBA hates fighters. It's a holdover from the Kaga era, right? It's a holdover from the Kaga era. Tellius hates the mages. Tellius mages suffered for the sins of Pent. But honestly, so like, okay, can we talk about Tellius mage moments? Because there's something interesting I do want to touch on. Especially because friend of the channel, my friend Casual Jacob, recently did a poll, right? Where he asked how people feel about Tellius sages all having like the knives, the worse option. And fairly universally, people said like, oh, it's bad, I hate it, right? And I understand why. Cause it is the worst option, right? There you are! The villain at the root of horrendous problems! No more! In the name of Chief Ellery, you'll meet the lance of... Chief Ellery? What a joke. It's mindless buffoons like you who enable her madness. Do you have any idea who brought about our arrival? Yeah, it's you! You think I'm stupid or something? Why do I feel the need to converse with a mere dog? This dog already has space on your skull on my wall. But like, so, obviously Bastion and Khalil, right? Having knives in Path of Radiance is a downside, but people will say it like, oh, the devs fucked up. Why did they think knives were good? They didn't think knives were good. They wanted to keep them in check because Pent was too out of hand. I think the idea, you know, as much as unfortunately Ileana and Soren like don't live up to the ideal, I think the idea of if you want a unit with both tomes and staves, you have to train it yourself. You either train up Riss from a staffer or you train up Soren, Ileana, and Tormod. Is really cool, and I like it a lot. But unfortunately, they fucked it up because mages just suck, right? We can't fly over these walls. Like, if the only change they made was that your pre-promoted sages have knives instead of staves, I think that'd be awesome. A lot of ROM hacks do something similar, where instead of giving you promoted sages, they'll give you, like, a promoted mage that, like, can't use staves, right? As, like, your option. And I think that's awesome. The Scourge. Oh, you know what? Wisp can be the one to visit the house instead of John. Why am I sending John instead of Wisp? Wisp has 15 movement and passes through walls. I thought Wisp was needed up here, but she's not. Oh, maybe she is. Fuck, wait. Okay, Big Bird, you got this shit. Hit 1! Hit 2! Yo, and the awesome everything but bulk level up. You love to see it. So much stuff to loot, but not enough time. What do you choose? Ooh, wait, bill hook? Yeah, let's get the bill hook. Bill hook's good. Alright, librarian, kill this guy. Shove. Gold bow you. Flux you. Fancy stabber. So much stuff to loot, but not enough time. Throwing pick, harpoon. Absolutely harpoon. We up here pooning our harps. Whoops. Oh well. I think everyone can, like, easily make it on time. Alright, so that one fucking Pegasus Knight, trying her hardest. Here's the escape point. Heavy ballista. Shmove you. You escape. And we can all just escape this turn. Well, next turn. Well, I guess John Fire Emblem and Yvette don't escape this turn, but that's fine. You can go down here. Remedy. I'm gonna go here. Okay, we're fine. So we'll kill you. Heavy ballista. Shove. Go here. Silver Lance you. I'm late. What are you doing? We are escaping from a sinking ship. Or a sinking airship. More accurately. The ship escape chapter archetype. I'm gonna bring a whole ass ballista with me. And of course, our last unit to escape has to be the generic guard. The narrative's favorite fucking character, right? Gotta subvert those expectations. Palm, there's something I have to tell you. It's about Uncle Spices. Lindros has already told me. Sorry for your loss. Spices truly exemplified the virtues of the Crescent. His role in having Jaziel slow down House Heron was essential for our victory. I knew the plan was dangerous, but I don't blame you for this, Chief. He knew the risks. He took it to give us the chance to save the Crescent. We have avenged him. What else can we do but grieve? He would be overjoyed to see our victory. Arinde's victory. He loved his town, after all. Everything I've lost before were things I could put back together. It was all so insignificant. But I've done enough crying to Lindros. There's something else, Chief? With Spices sadly fallen, as well as more of the clan, you could be the new head of the John clan. Me? Why, I hardly have any connection to the clan. I know little of leadership. You have something more important than both. My support. But I'm merely a shipwright and a craftsman, Chief. Why would you want me to be the head of the John clan? Power, respect, resources, many more doors would open. You would not fear you lack the skill. You need not fear you lack the skill. I can ensure that I know what I am, Chief. I have no desire to pretend to be something I'm not. I've already done so for years in the John clan. I don't want to return to that. That's fair enough, but please consider it. It's no minor decision. There's no need. I won't change my mind. I understand. Rest well. Behold, the head of this Lord Dagon found in the wreckage of his fortress. The dark shadow cast over our land is dispelled, but it was not without great cost. Many brave souls perished. Little or more well known than the great Johnny Spices. I knew him as a good man, full of cheer and courage, both a traveler and a leader. The Crescent has lost one of its best. Prince Jaziel and I had fought bitterly, yet he easily put aside these past differences to fight our common foe. Princess Florette, I pray that the enmity between our factions has truly ended. Why do I need to be here? I know what words cannot describe the extent of respect I have for your grandfather. Without the sacrifice of the late prince and his men, our victory would not be possible. They paved the way for the freedom of the Crescent. This is the head of his killer. Prince Jaziel, you are avenged. I don't want this disgusting thing, just let me mourn. Prince Jaziel may no longer be with us, but I won't let his efforts fade into obscurity. I shall ensure his memory is honored and defend these lands as diligently as he did. And take these lands for yourself. I want nothing more to do with any of this. It's only brought me pain. The princess is going through a harsh time, as are countless many of us. But remember, the Crescent has scored no greater victory before this day. We are truly united. We even have a chicken. But there's one more thing I must reveal. The head I held before you, he was my uncle. I too was part of this House Heron, living in my wealth and ignorance. However, my years in the Crescent opened my eyes to the beauty of this harsh land. May the tenacious yet welcoming people. My family still demanded that I betray the Crescent. In this land I now call home, you see before me the evidence of my choice. I ask you, people of the Crescent, and it is no small demand, to accept me as one of you despite my blood, to allow me to defend the Crescent with all my being, to accept me as your chieftain. Chief, 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 chief! I don't understand, Sir Speedbill. You're telling me in 3 days, Father is dead, the Spy Master is dead, and our squad captains are dead? We've lost half of our fleet and the fortress? In 3 days, to Ellery! It truly beggars belief, but this is indeed what has befallen our house. You must stay strong, young lady. Oh, Father, why did you go into battle without gathering our full force? How did Ellery win 3 major battles across the Crescent in 3 days? We were ill-informed, and this cost us. Ellery had an airship of her own. She was able to strike us even as we thought we were entirely safe. Airship. It's rather major detail to have missed out on. Somehow the guild was never able to get this information to us? They offer us nothing which might truly benefit us. Wow, that cousin of yours truly is a monster. At least you're finally the Lord of House Heron. Cersei, now is not the time for your insensitivity. I think the young lady is a little preoccupied with how do I get out alive to grieve. Charisse is right. Never before is House Heron tethered to the edge of destruction. We must gather all our remaining forces and come up with some sort of solution. I approved of Father's plans for occupation. My ancestors will not forgive me if this is what dooms us. If I cannot turn this around. There's another matter, young lady. Be wary of the young lord. My brother? We do not know yet who your father had written in his will to inherit House Heron. Father isn't blind. He can see that I exceed my brother in what's needed to lead a house. There's more of a choice than you might believe, considering your father's history. Regardless of the outcome, the young lord will definitely move against you. My brother's not so foolish to stir up and fighting as our enemies lurk. We'll reconvene at Yalnazar. Everything is at stake. What an utterly delightful mess this has all turned into. Ah, the Crescent. Sir Speedwell, you have served the house well. In this case of my untimely death, there's one last mission you must perform. Slay my daughter. She is useful now, but she may not be allowed to become a threat to the new head of House Heron. Signed, Lord Dagon of House Heron. It's for the best if you do not know, young lady. Prologue, Prison Break. Well, I guess we're doing the prologue next stream, because I gotta go help my wife out. See y'all!